Welcome to episode 13 of the Eternal Idols, and this time we're going into the Tony Martin era. Unlucky 13 as far as everything that went into this album. This album was a big clusterfuck behind the scenes, but me personally, I think this CD, which I named my show after, is the most underrated, and I'll explain to you why. It's the most underrated Black Sabbath album. Let me explain to you. A lot of people say Born Again is the most underrated. A lot of people say that Mob Rules is the most underrated. And a lot of people also say that Technical Ecstasy and Sabotage and Never Say Die are the most underrated. I would say that they all are underrated albums, but not as underrated as the Eternal Idol, because at least people heard of those albums. Eternal Idol was so under the radar, so under promoted. I mean, I didn't even know they made a new album until I saw it in a record store. I said, what the fuck? Black Sabbath's got a new album. Let me take this shit home and listen to it. And it's a motherfucker of an album. So let's get into it. This is the 13th Black Sabbath album and episode 13 of my show, and the name of the album, The Eternal Idols. Okay, this is it. This is the Eternal Idol, and if you see, again, I got another deluxe edition. And I know a lot of people out there are saying, man, you have the deluxe edition of Eternal Idol, and you have the deluxe edition of 7 Star, but you don't have the deluxe edition of Born Again? What the fuck's wrong with you? Well, let me tell you something. Born Again came out after these deluxe editions. And it's on the way in the mail, but it's an import. It's taking fucking forever. And I couldn't wait. I had to talk about Born Again because I love that fucking album. So that's a couple episodes ago, but I did get these, and what's cool about this deluxe edition, and which I haven't explained to you yet, when this album was first done, it's Ray Gillen that did the vocals on this. It's demos, and that is the bonus disc on here. It has all the Ray Gillen song versions of the song, but Tony Martin redid them, and Tony Martin did a great fucking job. I think Tony Martin pretty much copied Ray Gillen. I'm a bigger fan of Ray Gillen, I'll be honest with you. I love Ray Gillen singing. I think he was an awesome singer. I got to meet him once too. He was a great guy. I understand that he wasn't such a great guy but that's a whole other story, you know. That's a whole legal mumble. People that know the inside know what Ray Gillen did. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just gonna talk about his talent. He was an incredible singer. And Tony Martin, they pretty much hired to sing exactly how Ray Gillen did the song. So I can't really say, even though I like Ray Gillen's voice more than Tony Martin, that his performance was better than Tony Martin's. I think Tony Martin did a hell of a fucking job. So the album cover, as you see, Tony Iommi wanted to use this statue. I forgot the name of the statue, but they didn't get permission or whatever happened, so they got live people and they painted them gold, as you see here. Those people are alive. It's actually a naked chick on the album cover with the guy next to her tit, and these are actually live people. It does really look like a statue, but they're live, and as I understand, after the shoot they both had to go to the hospital because of poison from the paint that was on them. Interesting fact about the album cover. Let me get into the background of this album. This album, when it was first started, it was basically the same lineup as the 7 Star, with Ray Gillen on vocals, Eric Singer on drums, Dan the Beast Spitz, a personal friend of mine. Oh, not a personal friend, but he's a friend of mine. I have him on my phone. Anyway, I already talked about that in the last episode. And Jeff Nichols on the keys. But, you know, when it came time to write the album, Ray Gillen didn't really know how to write lyrics. So they got a hold of Bob Daisley. And Bob Daisley was very responsible for a lot of the early Ozzy albums, all the way up to No More Tears. And supposedly he wrote everything, but I don't know about that. I'll talk about that on the Ozzy things. I'm gonna finally hate people that hate my view on Bob Daisley with Ozzy. So far, so good, man. A lot of you people out there seem to love my stupid ass episode, and I thank you for it, man. It's my love for Black Sabbath, and I love doing this shit. I have a lot of time on my hands. But anyway, so Bob Daisley came in and he wrote all the songs, and along with Jeff Nichols. I understand Jeff Nichols had a lot to do with the music. And Bob, my friend there, Dave Spitz, was having a lot of personal problems, and he had to go back to the U.S. while they were recording this in England, and he got credit on the album for playing on the album, but it's actually Bob Daisley doing all the bass on the album. Tony did ask Bob Daisley to join the band, but he refused, and he wanted to stay with Gary Moore. May he rest in peace. I love Gary Moore. And so, let's get into the album. And I know I'm forgetting a couple things, but fuck it, I'll get into that later. This is track 1 from Eternal Idols. This one's called The Shining. Track 1, The Shining. I'm not quite sure if it's about the Stephen King novel. Probably is, I don't know. But they only made one video for this album, and it's for the first song. This is the single, it's The Shining. This, if you noticed, the bass player in this video was never in Black Sabbath. He's never wrote anything for Black Sabbath. He's never played in Black Sabbath. He never did a live show. He never did anything. This is some guy they found outside of the studio while they were recording the video, looked like a rocker, brought him in, slapped a bass on him, and told him, pretend you're in Black Sabbath. That's the story behind that guy, and I don't even know his name. Anyway, this is a great song. This is a riff that Tony Iommi has been sitting on for several years. I even believe all the way back to the Born Again era, he had this riff, and he never used it. Now he finally used it on this, and it's a great fucking song. Great way to start the album. Great performance from both Ray Gillen and Tony Martin. As I said before, Ray Gillen pretty much sang it the way that Tony Martin's singing it as you hear it now. Track 2, Ancient Warrior. Kind of a spooky, vibey song. Bob Daisley said when he wrote this song, it's kind of an anti-war song, but he kind of disguised it with mythological type words and stuff, but it's a pretty wicked song. I love Tony Iommi's riff, and it's kind of Blackmore-ish in a way, kind of Mid-Eastern Stargazer-ish, though it doesn't really sound like Stargazer. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just saying it's kind of different for Iommi, but it's a cool song. Hard Life to Love. This song, it's an upbeat, kind of like a party song, kind of a little out of the place if you ask me. Not a big fan of this one. There's 2 songs on this album that I'm not too crazy about, though it's still a pretty cool song. It's not horrible, but I can do without it. I like the rest of the album more. This is kind of like a song I really don't care that much about, to tell you the truth. Sorry. Glory Ride. I love this one. This one is like anthemic. This is one of the, I think when I first had this album, this was like my favorite track off the album for a while. In the beginning, you know, this is the first one that really grabbed me off the album, even though I liked what I heard before, but it didn't sink in as well as this one did. Glory Ride is great. I love the singing on this song. It's so anthemic. It's just awesome. And that's the end of side 1. Now let's flip it over to side 2. Born to Love, kind of like Hard Life to Love. I guess the 2 songs on here with love in the title is the ones I'm not too crazy about. I don't really have much to say about it. Again, it's kind of like an upbeat song, and I like the doomy vibe that was going on the album, and I just feel like these 2 songs are kind of like out of place. Not too crazy about it. Sorry. Nightmare. Now this one's good. This one is fucking good. I like this fucking song. It's a doomy, kind of spooky, killer song with great vocals, and it has a killer riff, killer bluesy riff from Iommi, man. I just love the vibe. I love the vocals. An interesting thing about this is that Ray Gillen's laugh from the demos was actually used in this. So Ray Gillen does appear on the album that was released, but just his laugh. Listen closely. Scarlet Pimpernel, the return of the instrumental with Mr. Iommi playing the acoustic. I love this song. It's like, okay, finally, he's back to do some Tony Iommi, a little instrumental. It's cool. This, I think, was written after Ray Gillen was in the band. I didn't really discuss why Ray Gillen left the band or was he fired. I don't know, there's conflicting stories. I heard he was lazy and he was partying too much with groupies and he wouldn't show up. And then I heard other things, that he was offered the gig with Blue Murder with John Sykes and he pretty much bailed on Sabbath. I don't know which one's the truth, but Ray Gillen was out, and I wish I could play you some demos. Maybe if there's enough time, I'll play some demos at the end of this episode. Lost Forever. Then this song cranks, man. This is like the heaviest song, the fastest song, the upbeat song. I love this song. This song's fucking kick-ass. This is a song, when I heard the album for the first time, I was like, holy shit, I was taken even back on by that one. I was like, damn, man, this song is extra heavy. I love Lost Forever, and it's got some cool changes. And Doom Let Loose, the guy that wrote that, he was saying that the change, the burning in fire, that part, he said that's what ruined the song. I think that enhanced the song. I love that part. I just love the whole album, the whole song. The song just kicks ass. The title track, and my personal favorite off the album, it's kind of like the 80s version of the song Black Sabbath. And it's very evil, and again, like it's almost like, you can just imagine Geezer writing this damn song. But it is Bob Daisley's lyrics, but it's it has that old Black Sabbath vibe, and you can't go wrong with that old Black Sabbath vibe. I love it. It's questioning God, total old school Black Sabbath Geezer shit. I love this song, and that's the end of the album, but the deluxe edition brings 2 bonus tracks.
Oh, the devil.
Black Moon. Black Moon was re-recorded for the Headless Cross album, which is the next album, and since I see time here is running low, I'll talk about this song on the next album, but it's a re-recorded version on the next album, and I don't know, I kind of prefer the next album's version, though this album smokes. This album's version smokes. Some Kind of Woman. Sounds like that kind of woman was a teacher and Tony was hot for her. Hot for teacher. Van Halen. I don't know. This is just a little too Van Halen for my taste when it comes to Black Sabbath. I think they should be separated, but I gotta admit, the song kicks ass, and I love Van Halen, so I guess it's Tony Iommi's impression of Van Halen. It's upbeat, and it's got a smoke and guitar solo. It's really fucking good. But it's a B-side, and I can understand why they left it off, but, you know, I mean, they should have left it off with Born to Love and Hard Life to Love and added Black Moon, and, I don't know, sat there and wrote a song called Doom. I don't know. Since I see I have a little time left, and I'll cut it here so you can listen to a little bit of the Ray Gillen stuff. This is the Ray Gillen demo I'll cut in through here so I can expand and finish talking about the album with the packaging of the deluxe edition, which it has, you can see inside, it has a picture of the Shining video. You can tell that's from the Shining video, and a live shot of Tony Martin. And inside you have some more pictures from the video. And inside it has all the lyrics to all the songs. And here's a picture of the band. Wow, that's a picture of, I guess that's the only picture of the actual band. Minus fucking Bob Daisley, whoever that bass player is there. I guess Tony Iommi got the cover of Kerrang! Hey, let's hear it, man. That magazine that used to be good. Anyway, so as I end all my shows talking about your mom, I'm not. You know, I mean, okay, well, let me put it this way. If that looked like your mom right there, that guy is like early Black Sabbath. He's like making sweet love to her. And then he shoots a load at her and gave birth to you. Your mother's a whore.
really cruel, I'm a hooligan. I'm almost human and I drink cold.
This video is brought to you by Miami Metal Merchant. For your metal needs and competitive prices, visit MiamiMetalMerchant.com. Tell them Dr. Fuck sent you. Hey, check out my podcast, The VIERA Vault. We're on SPREAKER, we're on iTunes, and we're on YouTube. Check it out and subscribe. Hey, headbangers, you want your own radio show? Well, you got it. On Thursday nights here on that metal station, join me on the Dr. Fuck Show. Go in the chat room and I will make you my co-host. That's right. Everybody that joins me in the chat room, I discuss whatever you guys want to talk about. I'll mention your name, I'll say what you say, and we're going to go back and forth. And I'll even fucking play whatever request you want. Unless it sucks. Then I ain't playing it because my show rules, and only songs that rule is allowed right here on that metal station. The Dr. Fuck Show airs live Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Well, no, fuck that hope. I better see you there, motherfucker.
Looking for some new podcasts to listen to? Well, Rat Salad Review Network has plenty of shows to choose from. Like Rat Salad Review, where they discuss the latest rock and metal news, as well as interviews and albums. Album vs. Album, the King Diamond Podcast, with Wayne Noon, Greg Norgal, and sometimes this guy.
SHMACKEMAGOB!
Ralph VIERA is also on our network with the VIERA Vault. There's also Old Man Metal's Musings, where he discusses heavy metal and beer. Music is Life with Lou Mavs. The Right Opinion for those who love politics. A South Park podcast called Suck My Balls. The Infinite Fringe, a watch-along wrestling show called Beyond Bushido, ex-Stradivarius guitarist, the Timo Tolkki podcast, and the great Harry Barnett with I Don't Even Like Podcasts. So check out ratsaladreview.com or search Rat Salad Review on YouTube, Podbeam, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and more.